Welcome to So Very Easy. My name is Laura, and today I would like to share with you a free pattern from OESD. Now, this is a free zippered bag that you can download. It does have embroidery on the corner, but we can take this pattern and change it up a little bit. I do love these little bags. They're a great size. They're fully lined, and it's all in the hoop, so we only have a little bit of stitching to close it up. Now this one has been made without that stitching, but I do have a way that I would like to share with you where you can put any embroidery that you want on that corner. So here is that free downloadable design where we do have that little pouch with the embroidery on it. And of course it does come with step-by-step directions on how to make that bag. Now this is a great bag. We can do it with or without the embroidery, and we can also put an embroidery where we want on the bag. Now I have developed a sheet, and I did get permission from OESD to share this with you. Now this is their sheet, and I have just added some of my notes on it, and I'll be able to put a link in the description for you. So what we want to do is we want to do an embroidery somewhere along here. So we need to stay within a size. And the size we're looking at is a file that's about 6.5 inches by 3 inches. Anything within that size. Now I'm going to be making a couple in some sports themes. So this little sports equipment will fit in this area. So let's talk about the materials we need first, and then we can get into making the bag. We are going to need 2 stabilizers. One stabilizer is for us to stabilize the fabric. We're going to make that fabric nice and strong. Then we need to use a stabilizer for the embroidery. So we have one for the fabric and one for the embroidery. So I've used the fusible woven and a lightweight tearaway. And then we're going to need some fabrics. So we have the outside fabrics, which we need 1, 2, 3 pieces. We need those same sizes for the lining. So this top piece here, I'm labeling it A. So you're going to see A here, and the fabric needs to be 8.5 inches by 3.5 inches. And that's both for the lining and the outside. On the outside fabric, we're going to need some fusible woven. And that fusible woven is 8.5 by 1 3/4. So what's going to happen is we're going to take this piece, we're going to iron it in half, and we're going to iron that fusible woven to the top part of that piece. We only need that for the outside fabric. The inside fabric, we're just going to fold that in half and iron it. So that is going to take care of this piece for the top and the lining. This piece here is going to be piece B. Both the lining and the outside are going to be the same sizes, and it's 8.5 inches by 10 inches. Once again, they're both going to be ironed in half. The front one is going to need that soft fuse, 8.5 inches by 5 inches. And it's going to get ironed on the front part of that panel. The back piece, we need 2 pieces of fabric, one for the lining and one for the front. The lining, we are not going to do anything, but that front piece, we are going to take a piece of fusible woven at 8.5 inches by 7 inches. So it is going to be the full size, and we're going to be able to iron that on. So those are the pieces we're going to need. And that is that section right here. So I have that back done, that front folded, and that top folded. I do want to work on this piece here, and that's where the embroidery is going to come in. We do want to embroider on the side where we do have that fusible woven. You can see how nice it has made this fabric. So it's really going to hold up, and it's permanent. So we need to take into consideration the zipper and a side seam. So I'd recommend starting and drawing a line 1/2 inch from the top where that fold is. draw 1 inch on each side and 1.5 inches from that bottom. So this is the area that we do want to work on. So it's giving us 3 inches by about 6.5 inches. And you're going to be able to change those perimeters once you see how this is all going to go together. But this is really a safe area. Our embroidery design needs to fit in here. So I'm going to do that baseball and I'm going to put it right in the corner. We're going to embroider it first before we do the stitching. And I'm going to open that up. I'm going to hoop with my lightweight stabilizer and do the embroidery. And I do like to bring my thread up. And of course, no baseball would be complete without the beautiful red stitching. So I now have this embroidery in this safe zone. Of course, that stabilizer's out and you can press it. I will not be pressing it as I will lose these marks, and I do want you to see those boundaries. So what we need to do is now hoop our hoop for that zippered case. And I'm going to use that lightweight stabilizer. Now we do have a combination between the stitches that the machine reads and the step-by-step directions right here with this pattern. The step numbers that coordinate with this pattern are right here in this little block. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to be stitching placement, stitching the fabric on, and then we're going to be skipping the embroidery. We're going to be skipping this part. And we are also going to need a zipper. Now this is a 9-inch zipper and it is a soft nylon coil. We do not want to stitch over metal. So the rest of this I can now do at the machine. So I'm going to be following these steps, but of course you can refer back to the pattern. So the first one is the zipper placement line. That gives us 2 rows of stitching. That's going to give us the placement for the zipper. And the zipper is going to fit right in between those lines. And it is important that we have this little tab out of the way. So we can tape that down and stitch it down. And the good side of the zipper needs to be up. That is step number 2. Now that that zipper is stitched on, we're going to put on that small top, and we do want that stabilizer on the top, and we're going to be able to put that other folded piece on the bottom. We do want those sides lined up, and we want to make sure that that zipper is really out of the way. And when we line them up, we want to line them up so that we can see the teeth of the zipper. We are on step 3. So I stitched mine in red so that you could see it. But here are the lines that I drew to start off with. You can see where we're in a safety zone here, here, and up here. If you needed to go a little bit larger, you could at the bottom. But this really does give us a safe zone. So you're going to be able to adjust that once you see what you have here that you're working with. I'll take out those red lines so you can see the stitching. Now that that is done, if we were following the directions, we would be stitching this on. And because we're not stitching this on, we're going to skip some steps. And we're going to skip 4, 5, 6, and 7. So that's going to bring us right to number 8. So you will be able to go to your machine and pass those stitches until you get to number 8. And number 8 is where we're going to put on the back pieces. The first thing we're going to do is put on the back fronts, which are the same size that we had here. So I have that piece C that I have folded and pressed in half, and the D that I have folded and pressed in half. And I want those folded edges to go right along the center of the zipper. So I did draw a line so that I could see it. And now I'm going to be able to go and stitch. For my sewing machine, I'm able just to skip until I get to number 8. So I've bypassed this embroidery. And that will now stitch on that back fabric. And we just finished number 8. Before we go to number 9, we have a very important thing to do. And that is moving that zipper pull. If we leave it over here, we will not be able to get it back. So we're going to take that and just bring it right to the center. And another thing I like to do is just put a little hole there so I can get to it later. So I have 2 pieces of fabric left. I have the inside lining and the outside. The outside lining is now going to go on right over top, and that's why it's important to have this over here. So we're going to tack that down, and that will be number 9. The last step is for us to put the lining on. But before we do that, there's 2 things that I would like to add. The first thing is remove any tape that you have used, and then trim this top piece. And I'm not going to be removing anything. I'm just going to trim it as close as I can. I trim that top curve and I trim the back. This little step is not in the directions, but I find it really is helpful. Now I'm going to turn it over and put that lining fabric on so that the right sides are touching. Bring it back to the machine and stitch it. So here's that little stitching up at the top. Now we're going to be able to trim off all of this fabric and take it off the stabilizer. As we're trimming, go right into this little corner and snip, and do that to both sides. Now we're going to be able to turn that right side out. I find a point turner really works well for getting those corners. Now we're going to take this to the iron, and you're going to fold just a little bit right along that edge, and then fold this in. We've taken off all of this bulk, but you're going to see that it's going to want to just roll over when you get to the iron. Now, if you find you don't like a little seam allowance like that, when you did the trimming, just trim all of the top fabric, but leave that back fabric on. Now I'm just going to do a whip stitch and close that up. So I pick up a little piece of fabric at the top and a little piece of that lining, and then just go through that same direction. You're just picking up a little bit on each side, and do that to close it up. Now that that is stitched, I'm going to give it another press, and then where I put that little hole in so I can see that zipper, and I could just take that right off. You can even just grab the back of the fabric with that zipper pull and just take off the rest of that. And it's a tearaway, so it'll come right off. Now we get to turn it right side out. It's a fun zippered bag, and it goes great with this All-Star Sports. They're smaller files, so it's going to fit beautifully in that area. Having these directions to follow along are really great, but I do hope this sheet will help you out. I did add that it's important to move that zipper after step 8, and optional is to trim after 9. Here is everything that I use and hold on to so that I can make numerous bags. So with or without embroidery, these are a lot of fun to make. These zipper bags go together really quick and easy. The lightweight stabilizer is great for the stitching, and the fusible woven is really nice to give that fabric some body. I want to thank OESD for letting me share my personal cheat sheet with you. And as always, thank you for joining me today on Sew Very Easy. Feel free to subscribe. I'm on Facebook, Instagram. I have a newsletter. It's all free under Sew Very Easy. And be sure to make every day a Sewtacular day. Bye for now.